Yo guys, it's Safe Beer. Welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to the channel today. Yes, a couple of hours after the game. Well, I say a couple of hours. It's about 10 hours after the game. We are finally here with the match review for Tunis 0, Chelsea 3. Chelsea managed to qualify into the round of 16 of the Club World Cup, finishing second in the group. 3-0 win. Look, I'm sorry I didn't manage to record this straight after the live watch along that we did. After the game finished, it was like 4 in the morning. It was starting to get light outside. I was actually starting to get quite tired, to be fair. So I went to bed straight away. I'm going to record it for you right here, right now, and we're going to get it out straight away. So before we do get into the match review of the game, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so notified every time I load a video. Also, first link in the description is my streaming channel, my second channel. Go and check those out. It'd be very much appreciated. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the review. Actually, real quick before we jump straight into the review, I want to give you all a quick thank you. Thank you all for tuning into the live watch-along that we did. I haven't done a watch-along for ages. Since like last season, I haven't done a watch-along. We did one yesterday and we had a really, really good turnout for it. So if you wasn't there for the live watch-along, it's okay. I get it. You know, 2 in the morning in the UK. That's just in the UK. Some places it can be worse. I understand. But thank you to everybody that did join, everybody that communicated. I appreciate it loads. Anyway, now let's get straight into the video with a 3-0 win for Chelsea against Tunis. And it's a bit of a weird game, you know, because there's two different sides to the story here. Because let's start with the lineup. The lineup was the first dodgy thing. The lineup a lot of people was worried about. For me, I wasn't, because we knew that Maresca said it was going to be heavily rotated, and you know, I expected a heavily rotated side. We went with Jorgensen in goal, happy to see that. We went with Gusto at left back inverted into midfield, which I did call. We went with Achiampong at right back inverted as a right centre back, which I called as well. We went with Tosin and Badiashile. I knew Tosin would be in. I didn't know Badiashile would be in. Then we went with, in the midfield double pivot, we went with Lavia and Enzo. Then in the 10, we went with Nkunku, which I did call. Off the right wing, we went with Dewsbury Hall. We're going to get into individualness after, obviously. Off the left, we went with Madueke as a striker, Delap. So overall, I wasn't really that bothered about the lineup because I knew we was going to get a rotated side. And I agree with pretty much all of it, apart from maybe Dewsbury Hall as a right winger. That really bobbled my mind, and it bobbled everybody's mind. Anyway, the game is weird because the first 10-15 minutes, I say we were moving shook. We were moving shook. And, you know, Tunis actually looked relatively quite decent. They were passing the ball and moving quite well. They were getting quite a lot of breaks on us and stuff like that. You know, those first 10-15 minutes were quite worrying. It wasn't a good sign. It looked like that the criticism Maresca was getting about the lineup were true. You know what I'm trying to say? But after those first 10-15 minutes, I think Tunis just ran out of steam. They just ran out of steam, ran out of energy. And then you could clearly tell the quality started to shine through in the players that we have, you know, the quality that we have compared to Tunis. And, you know, that started to shine through. Physically, we were far more superior than Tunis after the first 10-15 minutes. The football was just all us after the first 10-15 minutes. You know, the movement, we started to pick it up a little bit. Albeit, after those first 10-15 minutes, I ain't claiming that we played well, because we didn't really play that well after those first 10-15 minutes. We moved into the better team. We turned into the better team, but I still don't think we played that well. Wasn't that convincing. And it then resorted to the point where Tunis, I think their stamina levels also just went shot. And they started to just do long balls all game. And that's not just first half, that's second half as well. It was just long ball, hoof it up to whoever's up front. You know what I'm trying to say? But then, like I said, we started to pick up the gears. It wasn't until probably 5 minutes before the first half ended that we actually did get the first goal. We got the first goal thanks to Tosin Adarabioyo. Tosin Adarabioyo scores from the Enzo Fernandez free kick outside the box. It's crossed in really, really well from Enzo Fernandez. Finds Tosin Adarabioyo, who is arguably definitely the tallest player on our team. And it's just a guided header, bottom right-hand corner. Really nice header from Tosin Adarabioyo, who puts us 1-0 up. We had a chance from a header that was quite similar from Badiashile earlier on in the game from a corner, but it was just wide. But Tosin Adarabioyo opens up the scoring. That's 4 goals this season, because this Club World Cup does count as last season of the 24-25 season. So that's 4 goals from this season. He's quite a decent goal scoring defender. But literally 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, I think, probably maybe a bit less, but let's just say 2 minutes after the Tosin Adarabioyo goal, we ended up getting the second goal coming from none other than Liam Delap. And this one, it means a lot to me. This one means a lot to me. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's a different feel when your striker gets a goal. Like, when anybody else gets a goal, whether it's a 90th minute winner or anything like that, like, don't get me wrong, you get up, you celebrate, you're gassed. You know what I'm trying to say? But when your striker gets a goal, it's a different feeling, man. It's a different type of feeling that you get. And Liam Delap opens his Chelsea goal scoring account with a really, really tidy finish. Thanks again to Enzo Fernandez, who gets his second assist of the game, obviously a minute later after the first one. This one's it's a little chip through to Liam Delap through a tiny little space. Liam Delap controls it really, really well, brings it down, fakes past a defender, like he past a defender, moves inside the channel, and then taps it literally 1 second later in the bottom right hand corner. The keeper gives him so much space. I'm not gonna lie, the keeper gives him so much space to tap it into the bottom right hand corner, because he didn't blast it into the net, he literally tapped it into the net. The keeper gives him so much space to shoot, but you know, it shows that, you know, when Liam Delap saw the opportunity straight away, he was confident. He was confident, and he saw the space that quickly. You know what I'm trying to say? That's a good trait to have in a striker. Really good trait to have in a striker. And he puts us 2-0 up just before half time. And that finish is brilliant. Brilliant from Liam Delap. Definitely going to boost his confidence up more. Really happy. Really happy with Liam Delap and his goal. Second half comes around the corner. Obviously, we go 2-0 up, moving into the second half. Second half starts. Again, this is my problem with us, I think. Like I said, we were the better team after the first 10-15 minutes of the game. We did move into being the better team and, you know, playing better, but we still wasn't quite there until the first goal. When the first goal went in, those last 5 minutes of the first half, we were resilient. We were actually playing some decent football. And then we have the break, the 15-minute break, you know, moving into the second half. Second half starts and we're back to square one because we haven't got the momentum of the goals. You know, we move into the second half, and it's like how we were after the first 10-15 minutes before the last 5 minutes of the first half. Yes, we were the better team. In fact, I think we had way more control in the second half, but it just wasn't great football to watch. It was a little bit of a snooze fest. Albeit we had control of the game, albeit we weren't phased at all by Tunis at all. They never troubled us. But, you know, I don't think we've got the scruff of the game, you know what I mean, in our hands as much as what I would like us to. But anyway, we did see substitutions happen in the second half, which was quite good to see. We did see Santos make an appearance. I thought Santos... yes, we did see Santos make an appearance. I'm not going to go through individuals yet. We saw Mamadou Sarr come on. Again, really good. Asugo come on. As well, we saw, who else did we see? We saw George as well, and I can't remember who the other person was, which is a bit stupid. But, yeah, I can't remember who else came off the bench. Anyway, we did see those four come off the bench, which was quite good. Sorry, my brain's still functioning because I only woke up literally just about an hour ago. But we did end up capping off the whole game with the third goal in the second half, which was none other than Tyreek George. Tyreek George did get the goal thanks to a Andre Santos assist. It was quite a simple assist. An absolute weird goal, I can't say. I've got to say, it's Tyreek George running down the middle. He gets, obviously, the pass from Andre Santos. And then Tyreek George shoots just outside the box. The keeper saves it. And it bumbles back into the back of the net on the left-hand side. I don't know how it ends up in the back of the net. Awful goalkeeping from the Tunis goalkeeper. He's definitely on the payroll, you know what I'm trying to say? Look, I ain't complaining because at least we got the goal and it was Tyreek George as well. So that puts us 3-0 up. And by that point, it's game over because it literally was pretty much last kick of the game, 90th minute. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I said, that whole second half was pretty much a snooze fest. And yeah, we end up winning the game 3-0. I've got to say this, though, by the way. We should have had 2 penalties. We should have had 2 penalties. The handball should have was a penalty. And I can't believe they reversed it. We even put the penalty. We literally put the ball down ready to take the penalty. And the referee and VAR reversed it. The guy that it was clearly handballed, he batted it away like this. I don't understand. It was a handball, was a penalty in my opinion. And then the one where Nkunku got taken down... sandwiched between 2 players. The 2 players, not one of them won the ball. It was a penalty. How is there not more of an outrage on that? I'm not too sure. Should have been a penalty. Apart from that, I thought referee was quite poor. And yeah, that's it about the game, really. I want to pick out some individual performances. I want to say Nkunku, I thought, had a good game. I thought he should have started as well because we can't play Palmer through the whole bloody tournament. We just can't. I thought Nkunku had a good game. I thought Jude Buhor had a good game as well. A lot of people were complaining about him on the right, me included. But he ended up having a good game, so fair play to him. I thought Tosin had a good game as well. We saw performances for the first time from Andre Santos, albeit he started off really, really slow, like really bad. But grew into the game for about 10-15 minutes and obviously got an assist. I think he's still getting used to everything. I think that's why he's not been starting under Maresca. Mamadou Sarr as well. It was nice seeing him. I thought he had a decent performance when he came on as a right back inverting into a right centre back because he took Gusto off and put Chempong at left back inverting into midfield. By the way, I forgot to mention, good performance from Chempong. Really, really good performance from him. He's showing up really, really well. He is. Like I said, Mamadou Sarr, good performance from him. And obviously Delap had a good game too. Apart from that, everybody else was just okay. There wasn't really a bad performance out there. Everybody else was just okay, was just doing decent. And yeah, it relatively quite decent game. Like I said, we rotated, which is good because, you know, we're now into the round of 16, which that means we progressed further into the Club World Cup. We're into the round of 16, which as I'm looking at the table thing right here, right now, our route to final actually is relatively quite decent. Flamengo, who finished top of the group, because obviously we finished second, are playing Bayern Munich in the round of 16. So, look, Chelsea always win. Chelsea always win no matter what in the scenario. Anyway, we do play against Benfica. Benfica is the round of 16. I don't know when that game is, but it is literally approaching in the coming days. We play Benfica in the round of 16. Out of Palmeiras and a team I've never heard of, they've got a star as a badge. Whoever wins out between those will play the winner of Benfica and Chelsea in the round of 16. I'm hoping it's Palmeiras because it would be good. Chelsea, Estavo, Chelsea, you know what I mean? It would be good to see him. And then the winner of whoever wins out of those gets to play in the semi-final against either River Plate, Dortmund, Juventus, or is that Salzburg? I think it might be Salzburg. I'm not too sure. But anyway, it's a way easier route than the opposite side of the table. You know what I'm trying to say? So, look, maybe blessing in disguise. I'm happy with the game. I thought subs came on a bit too late, though. I will have to say this. Subs, I thought, came on way too late. Could have happened maybe straight away at half-time or around the 50th minute. I'm not too sure. But anyway, happy with the result either way. Happy with the performance. Definitely the better performance out of the 3 games we played in the group so far. LA Angels and Tunis have ended up heading out, so unlucky to those. Anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you all thought about the match. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. So hit the bell notifications to notify from the next video, and I'll see you all then. Take care, up the chouse, get in there, peace.